What is going on YouTube? It's EK here today with another Last Stand video. And in my Last Stand video, I pretty much complained about how majority of people, or at least a good probably 30 to 50% of all my matches had people trying to do this glitch inside I was about to say Netflix inside Last Stand, where you can basically get six-figure experience points, and it was really ruining the game. And literally that night, I think actually the day of I uploaded that was when they fixed it with the server maintenance or whatever, and now they took out the glitch, and basically now no one can do this BS exploit where essentially you can get yourselves six figures worth of points by doing nothing, even within like the first 10, even under 10 minutes. Actually, I would say probably 5 minutes, you can get 200,000 points. And luckily they took that out, and now the game is back to what it's supposed to be. And the funny thing is, like, now you have, like, the matches right now are very, very interesting, because you have one half of the group who've been playing the game legitimately and actually learning how to play and knowing when to go for the power-ups and like all their little boosters and whatnot, and knowing where things are and how to like kind of set up your base and whatever. They have a strategy going on. You have a group that's like that, very kind of almost pro-ish, kind of knows how to play the Last Stand. Then you have another group who literally has no idea what they're doing, and you can always tell who they are because they have really high ranks, because they've done the whole exploit thing and they have a really high rank, but you can tell they actually have no idea what they're doing, because they're barely capturing any freaking points. They don't know how to defend. They just kind of run off and like do their own thing. They don't know how to run in groups. You always see them get mowed down very easily. And pretty much the first match that I play on, which is the one you see right here, I mean, we're pretty much playing against a group that we completely overpower. They didn't get the mercy rule call on them, but they might as well have, because we just destroy. There's one point in this match where we just kept them, like, bottlenecked them in this not a hallway, but basically down the street, and I was just like it was pretty crazy because it was like non-stop shooting. I threw every single grenade I had, like any kind of flash grenade, whatever. I just threw everything down that hall and down that street just to hit hopefully one person. Every time my secret mines came back, I would throw them too, and I was just shooting down range as much as I humanly could, or like as fast as I could, just to hit whoever. It didn't even matter because there's so many people there that it was just like, it doesn't matter who you hit. We started popping all these ults and like left and right, and we basically kept them there for so long that and it grew the gap so wide that there's no way they were gonna beat us. And it was by far one of my best games ever, because like I think I ended up with a killing 10 people and with an 8-man kill streak. It's not, I'm sure someone's out there who's beaten that or like has never died, right? And I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who've gotten better, but it's really good for me. My streaks are usually like 2 or 3, maybe 4 or 5 if I'm like really lucky and I get that one kill that's like supposed to go towards me, or something. But in this case, I get really, really lucky, and like I essentially I don't even get the KD bump or the KD champ, because I did die 3 times. I could have probably lasted the game out with only dying once or twice, maybe even none, if I would just played a little smarter. But towards the end I got a little arrogant and found myself in some really not good situations. So I died like 3 times in a row. and I was like, dude, no, like my KD. Which I kind of like how this game, at least Last Stand, they don't tell you what your KD is. You can kind of guess what it is by just, how many times you die versus how many times you're actually downing people, right, at the end of it. So, you just have to kind of, be cognizant of it. But yeah, here's where the point, like, I think we hold out these guys for like a good 10 minutes here, just staring down this field and just, or no, wait. It's basically around this area right here where we're shooting down the street or shooting around the corners, and you know, we're able to hold them off for so long. I mean, we're chucking grenades at each other, you know, we're healing, we're throwing down turrets, everything is coming out. And I mean, I'm just firing as quick. I mean, I'm just firing at whoever I see. Every time I see a red, I'm just like, fire, you know, like just holding down the trigger and not giving a crap who I hit, as long as I hit somebody down there. And that's how I ended up getting like an 8 kill streak, or, you know, pretty much. Because half the time, you know, I don't even know how they really attribute who gets to kill who. Is like the killing shot? Is it whoever dealt the most damage plus, you know, gives them the killing shot? I don't know. I mean, as far as I can tell, it's pretty arbitrary, but, you know, I'm sure there's some math to it that I don't know about, or some other YouTuber has probably explained already. Sorry, getting a little gassy up in here. But anyways, yeah, at this point, you know, we were able to kill them. Like, the bad thing with what the other team's doing is that they're not trying to flank us whatsoever. 2, they're just coming down one at a time, and basically we're able to pick them off like left and right. And because they're not playing smart, you know, what they could have done is like send, you know, maybe 6 guys down and then 2 to flank us, and that way we pick off some of our own guys. But no, they don't do that. We're able to bottleneck them in these little trap points, in this choke point, and basically throw a bunch of nades in there, and, you know, also to take them out. I mean, they try to throw in some turrets and stuff, but, you know, luckily we have buildings in between that we can just run out and run away from. You know, every once in a while they'll grab a point, but, you know, since we're so close to B, you know, we'll just come back and grab it anyways, or re-grab it from them. The thing is, like, the other teammates, they're not trying to kill people. Like, there's some guys that, you know, do grab the B points, but they're not trying to kill us. They're only there to grab the points from us and hopefully distract us, which is, I feel like, is not the best idea. Yeah, you may grab the point, so that way it breaks our, like, control of B, but shouldn't you be killing us first and then grabbing it? Wouldn't that be, like, the best idea? Right, your teammates are getting mowed down over there because we're shooting at them like 5 to 1. Like, right, you see right there, there's 2 guys and there's like 5 people shooting at them. You know, it's really unfair for them, right? I mean, you should be helping them out and trying to kill us from the back, you know. But they don't do that, you know. And they ended up losing the match. I mean, they don't get demolished. I think it's like 15,000 to like 9,000, which is like, you know, decent. It's not a mercy rule, but yeah, like, basically you get these really crazy maps, or like kind of situations where you don't really feel like it's you don't always feel super competitive, because, like, funny enough, in the game after this, my team gets whooped on. Like, me and my friends, like, we're in a group of 4, we're in a fire team, and we get matched with 4 people who don't know what they're doing. And the other team clearly does know what they're doing, and we just get destroyed. And where we're just like, man, this is what happens when you have 4 people who don't know what they're doing, because all this whole time, you know, they still think, like, because they haven't actually played the game, they think it's, oh, so simple, like, what's the big deal? Like, and actually it's like, well, you know, yeah, it's a simple game, but there's still parts of it they still need to learn, and it's a team-based game, so you gotta play as a team, right? And it's really annoying when people don't get that. But, you know, it is what it is. What are you going to do about it, right? But anyways, and the worst thing is, like, there's still some people who didn't get the memo that they fixed the glitch, and so every once in a while, like I say, 1 out of every 5 games, we'll play against a team where it's like, how come we're only killing like 3 or 4 people? Like, where's everybody else? And it's because the other half of their team is out in the back trying to do the little healing glitch again. And basically, you know, they get maybe 3,000 points in total in terms of like the map, and we eventually get like the mercy rule called on them. So, and then we look at the map and then we're like, wait a minute, there's a full team. It's not like people just left the map. They have a full team, but there's people in the back, you know, doing that stupid glitch again, thinking they can do it, and they only have like 2,000 points under them. So it's like hilarious. They're probably thinking like, oh, what happened? Like, oh, we can't do that anymore? What the heck? And they're probably the same ones that are complaining the most about Last Stand. And it's like, oh, we can't do that anymore? What's the point? Like, I don't want to play this like for real. It seems like no one wants to work for their gear anymore. Like, what is the deal? I understand you know, these games are a grind, and it's a loot based game, but that's the whole point of the game. Like, you grind for your gear, like you have to work for it. Like, and I'm like, I don't know if it's like a new generation or something. Like, I don't know if kids these days just don't want to work for their crap anymore. But like, it's just like, dude, like that's how life is. You work for everything you get, and you can't just get random crap without working for it. And that's what, like, people always start finding these loopholes, you know, to try to like expedite their actual like earnings and stuff, and it's really annoying. And I understand they're there because like the developers aren't doing their homework, but still, it's like, all right, you can do it that way, or you can do it a normal way. And you know, and I also, you know, kind of exploit the incursion when it first came out, when they had that whole sticky bomb thing going on, and I used it too, because like the freaking incursion was so unforgiving, and like I'm not gonna lie, like, you know, I used it too, but only once or twice. And then after a while, I was like, you know what? They're eventually going to take this away, and we might as well do it legitimately so that we actually know how to do it, you know? And that was kind of our mindset, like, towards the end, was like, we should probably know how to do it, you know, so that we're not stuck with, like, you know, people who don't know what the crap they're doing, right? So, yeah, anyways, I encourage you guys to do the same. Play this mode, get good at it, beat the crap out of the other teams, and I really hope that, you know, I see you guys on. It's a really good map, and now that it's finally been fixed, you know, it's going very well. And the next thing they need to fix is the shotguns and the friggin' fire mines, fire seeker mines, and also the freaking sniper rifles, dude. Like, yeah, those are getting pretty crazy. But anyways, thank you guys again for watching. Give this video a like, subscribe, and comment at the bottom, and let me know what you guys think of The Last Stand now that everything's been fixed. And hopefully I'll see you guys on there. Alrighty. Stay awesome.
Knock 'em out.